Hello, good morning, everybody. A good afternoon to those who are just not checking in noontime as well. Lee Williams here, and I want to share a message with you all. Something that I definitely want to talk to you about and just speak on. I want to share a message about relationships. And many of y'all are treating your relationships like it's a sports organization, like it's a professional sports organization. And that's something that you all need to really look at. Why are you treating your relationship like it's a professional sports organization? And you're not doing the right components. You're not using the right components in it. Some of y'all are treating it like you're a professional team and you're putting the person you're in a relationship on different parameters. Some of y'all are giving them a 10-day contract. Or you give them a 20-day contract. So you're not giving them a chance to make their point right or make the relationship right or work. Some of y'all are just doing seasonal contract opportunities for the person you're giving a relationship in. A relationship is supposed to be something you're supposed to go for a long-term goal and a long-term growth opportunity. So if you're just doing a 10-day contract with somebody, you're already limiting them on the situation as well. Some of you are doing the 20-day contract, or you're doing a summer league contract with them, or a seasonal contract. You're just not giving a relationship time or a person opportunity to grow and build with you. And now let me say this one, because this one's kind of towards the men out here who have some of these women. Some of y'all are doing these things where you're saying, oh, well, I'm going to give it a year and then I'm going to be an unrestricted free agent. You already are checking out. You got to give it something to work. You got to understand something. In a relationship, you're going to have some good years. You're going to have some bad years. You're going to have some good times and some bad times. So you're not always going to have a winning season. You're not always going to have a winning year. But you stick through it to build. Championship teams go through the hard times. They didn't start out with winning seasons out the gate. They didn't start out winning all the time. They didn't win every game. You have to build and grow and understand it comes with growth, where you have to grow with the situation. It's so what if you had a losing season? You work on it, you build it, you grow together, then you start having winning seasons. You might not win every game, but at the end of the season, you're going to have a championship because you're working together, you're growing together. The things where a lot of y'all lose in relationships is this. As a coach, as a player, if you're going to go by the rules of like what you do with a sports organization, whether if it's basketball, football, hockey, or whatever, if you're going to put somebody in a position and you're going to be the coach or be the player on the team, you got to have a playbook. You got to have something to show them what you want and the way you want things to be. Don't just get them out there in the field or on the court and be like, just do what you do. You need to figure it out. That's what some of y'all do with your relationships. I expect them to just figure it out. Or I expect her to just figure it out. She should know how to act. She should know what to do. They don't always know. Every relationship they've been in before you was different. Every situation they were in before you was different. Give them some of the plays of what you do to get to know you, to understand you, to build with you and grow to you. Ladies, don't expect men to just figure you out. Talk to them. Communicate. Tell them the things that you like. Tell them the things that you don't like. Tell them the things that irk you. Tell them the things that make you feel good. Don't just leave for them to be a mind reader. Guys, same things with ladies. Don't just think she's supposed to know what she's supposed to do, what you would like her to do. Tell them, talk, communicate. Championship teams talk. They communicate. They practice together. They get on the floor, they talk, they communicate. They know which way somebody's going to go, so they can throw the alley-oop or the backdoor pass or throw certain things to each other. So they know where that person's going to be at, so they can work things together. That's what you all have to do in your relationships. You have to communicate. You have to talk. You have to spend time together. You have to do things together. You work, you talk, you do those things. Some of y'all, and let me say this part here. In sports, when a person makes a bad pass or a bad play, or they miss a shot in one game because the team loses, they move on to the next play. They move on to the next part. They don't hark on the past situation. You have to move past the past situation. You don't keep jamming at them or just harping on them about what they did wrong. You move forward. You might not forget it, But you move forward. You don't have to keep throwing it down their throat what they did wrong or what they did bad. You got to move on to the next play, to the next situation so that you can grow and build. That's what growth in relationships is. If you're going to treat some things in sports, you got to know what components to use to make it work. Build on your relationship. Make it grow. If there was a problem in the past and you've moved 3 years past it from then, don't go hashing it back up and throwing it in the person's face. You've moved past it for that long. Let it go. Build and keep going with the growth that you've got. If it happened 1 month ago, 30 days, 15 days, whatever, if you've moved past it, let it go. You might not forget it, but don't hash it up at them. Keep moving forward because you're growing. You've already grown 15 days after the fact or a year after the fact. You're going to better things. Build and grow. So guys, don't just harp on the lady about something she did wrong. Ladies, don't just harp on the man about something he did wrong. Be like those sports people in sports. Move past it. Move to the next play so you can grow. You can build. You can win the game. You can win the championship. And you can have a successful relationship. Quit treating everything like it's a game, because in life, your relationship is a lot more. But if you're going to use the components of the game, use the right components. Quit doing 10-day contracts with people. Quit doing 20-day contracts or seasonal contracts. Make it lifelong to make it work. Be committed in what you're going to do. Give them a playbook. Give them some guidelines, some things of what your expectations are for your team, because every team is different. Every league is different. Lay it down for them the right ways in order to make it nourish, to make it flourish, to make it build, to make it grow. I told y'all I had a message today for y'all. And this is for all those who are in a relationship, all those who are looking for a relationship or want a relationship. These are the things that you need to do. And now I'm going to say this, when your kids get involved, that means you got newcomers into the field or on the floor. You have to work with them and build. If you got step kids or other kids coming into the component, understand something. That means you got new players coming in. So you, the two people in the relationship, need to be the veterans of the team, work together to build and train them the way of what you want the plays to be like. Don't just expect them to know. Don't leave it in one person's hand to handle it. Work as a team. Be the coach at times. Be the leader at times. Because one thing about it, the two parties involved, you have to treat each other like you both are the franchise tags for the team. Do somebody understand what I'm talking about here? Do you understand it? Think about it. Let it grow. Let it build. Work together. See each other as the franchise tags players. See each other as the franchise tag players to each other's lives and careers of what you want to build and grow. It takes a couple becoming one. One page, one mind, one goal together. Thank you.